Bienvenidos a un Gran Premio de España aquí en Circuito de Barcelona, Catalunya. Welcome to the Spanish Grand Prix here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. We're here for round 4 of the Tier 1 Championship. And I must say, my Spanish is getting very good. But anyway, we're here in Barcelona. And we're here for round 4, as I said, for the Spanish Grand Prix. As Vincent gets a bit on the curb there, he's invalidated his lap. But I'm joined once again by TRT Mafio. I don't know why I paused on your name now. I'm a bit confused. But we're here in Spain, Matt. Obviously, this was the slot for the Russia Grand Prix. This was going to be our first sprint qualifying event of the season, but fortunately, Spain was picked. What are your opinions about this track, and tell us why this wasn't a candidate for sprint qualifying?
Well, in Spain, it's not exactly the best in terms of racing tracks. I think the sprint, with the ones with that sort of strategy, the way it plans out, so obviously you can't just do one tyre throughout 25% race. But I think it's just one of those tracks where you just want to get the qualifying, get the result, and then I think it's one of those tracks where I think it's a bit harsh. If somebody has a bad sprint race, then you're going to think about it. You're going to feel all that traffic in a circuit, which is not very easy to overtake. So I think it's just a little bit easier for the guys if they could just get qualifying, just do it the traditional way. But things like Monza, those tracks are decent, obviously, because it's good for racing. So it's different for them. So I think that's my personal preference why that's the case.
Yeah, obviously it has been replaced by Austria, the sprint qualifying. We're going to have back-to-back races, Matt. We're going to have Austria and Britain that are going to be their sprint qualifying events. Ermine's 2 tenths up. So Ermine has not had a good few races, has he, Matt, since his Bahrain win? But I think he's going to try and get back on it here in Spain.
Yeah.
He's going to come across the line. It's going to be a 16.3. Here we go, P3 there, Matt. I mean, I think I'm the same as you. I'm not particularly fond of this circuit personally. In the vote, I actually vote. Yeah. In the vote, I actually voted for the Hungary, but that wasn't picked by drivers.
I don't think a lot of people like Hungary because it's quite prone to overheating. It's a bit of a pain, and there's tyres, a bit of irritating in terms of strategy. It's one of those tracks where you don't really want to be on the softs at the start of the race. And I think some people just don't like it like that, so I prefer to keep it more simpler in terms of strategies. It can always be a bit of a pain. Yeah,
definitely. Right then, we do actually have 2 Spanish drivers here tonight, Matt. Obviously, there is quite a big Spanish presence in STB. We've got Johan and we've got SRXA Danny. So these 2 drivers are here at their home race. It's a 16.9 for Johan, so that's not a good lap for him. Danny has invalidated.
Rev Caterpillar is 1.5 cents up, Marley.
Matt, while we look at Rev Caterpillar, who's actually invalidated his lap time, so that won't count.
Rev Caterpillar hasn't invalidated.
How important is it, Matt, do you think, to have a home race? Because obviously, some drivers, like Sky Spunk, for example, currently P10, is from Colombia. There's not a Colombian Grand Prix. So how special is it to have a home race, and how's that going to help Danny and Johan this evening?
Well, I think always it's a bit of a morale boost and a bit more of a, you want to do well because obviously it's a home race, and obviously it just gives you a bit more. I can't find the words for it, but it just gives you a bit more it's more satisfying, I guess, to win your home race, and I think it's always that bit more interest to, it's like Brazilians always go mad about the Brazilian Grand Prix. The British always have the British Grand Prix, but I think
I do go mad about Brazil race. And Danny is bad. Sorry to cut you off there, Matt. Danny's in the gravel. He's going to say hello to his Spanish fans there. Look at all their Spanish flags.
Yeah, I think that looks like a classic turn 2 spin on the inside curb. Looks like. Right. He's round again at turn 3. He's lit the rear tyres up. It's just gone straight into the barriers and damaged front wing.
Yeah, don't go round like that. I think he's been.
Yeah, don't run a Grosjean on it.
Varane goes P1. SK I was looking at. He's on a lap on a set of medium compound tyres. So I think it's only him and he's out of quali! He's out of qualifying from the Spanish Grand Prix. Bosse goes past him, and SK is out of qualifying here in Spain. Matt, what happened?
Well, actually got the initial start of the spin, but I went past him and came back to him, so I'm going to the barriers. So I think that's it's off that corner. It quickly goes off camber, and obviously as the track changes because it goes on camber to off camber, and it unsettles the car, and the car goes loose on the rear end, and it's quite common to see, especially in the game, to see cars going around like that. And then obviously some people don't get as bad, and obviously setups play your play. Like if you go around that corner with a default setup, it's actually pretty nice. But if you go around there in your usual setup, the car will try and go away from you through that corner, and I think it's a classic mistake there. Fortunately, he didn't get a bank lap in. Yeah, in fact, he's in sort 6 minutes left. One of the things we've got 6 minutes left.
Experience.
Oh, and there's a Williams going straight on through the third sector, taking the old track layout. That's Vincent going straight on at the. He basically took the old. He basically just ignored the chicane at the last sector.
Yeah, record that, Matt, and we'll investigate that for the stewards.
Yeah, took the class. He took what? I think what line was
Max
it?
coming to the line.
Could not say it's the MotoGP line.
16.2 for him. Mac didn't have a very good Chinese Grand Prix last week, Matt. Obviously had a bit of a bad time stuck in that midfield battle, but I think he's got decent pace at Spain, puts in P7 at the moment. I'm intrigued to see how many people have actually opted for the softs over the mediums.
Yeah, I mean, I think his track is a bit of a. I think it's either soft hard. I can't exactly remember, to be honest. I can't remember if it's just straight soft to medium or soft to hard. I think it is a soft to medium, but a bit of a push. But it is easily possible, I think. So I don't think the medium tyre is always an advantage. Obviously, the hard tyre is not actually too bad around here. As Mack gets away with that track extend at turn 9, he's got away with it, and he's backed off anyway. So
Spunk goes P9, 116.3.
yeah, seen some decent lap times in. As I say, like we were sitting around that sort of low 16s, and now again there's quite a few getting to the 15s now. Triss was a 15.6. I said earlier on his mediums he didn't look too good because he did a 16.7 on the set of mediums earlier. I was thinking it's not actually a great lap, and obviously he just shut the mouth up by putting 15.6.
Right, MK's on a lap. Sorry, Matt, to cut you off. MK's on a lap, so let's keep an eye on the Alfa Romeo. Going to really use that curb there. You really got to use the curbs and utilise the track a lot around this circuit.
Yeah.
Which can prove to be quite dangerous, as seen by SK. SK is out of qualifying. SK's not had a good championship so far, Matt. The reigning world champion has had a little bit like Hamilton, 2008, 2009. It's not been a good transition into this season. But Emke's going to come around the final corner. He needs a good race here in Spain to try and keep his championship chances alive. It is a shortened calendar, and it is a short run to the line. It's a 1:15.7, puts in P2 there. That's good. It's a German 1-2 there. AMS Triss tops the leaderboards again. Triss is definitely that qualifying guy, mate. It's just about converting that, like he did in Saudi, converting that into a victory and into a good race.
Oh, Danny doesn't. He suddenly forgot how to do the last corner. He just opened the steering up halfway through the corner. He went almost straight on, and he's going to lose all that time down towards turn 1 as he starts his lap.
Let's keep an eye on Kieran. Kieran had a very good race, a very good debut in Saudi Arabia. He's already cut the corner.
Well, Danny's probably down 21.8.
Back for the first time since Bahrain.
Kieran, yeah, he's validated. Oh, it's Danny's off the track.
Vincent has spun! Vincent has spun round turn 3 at the inside curb, and he span his car around. That's very impressive stuff.
Danny does not know how to take this track for some reason.
Sorry?
Danny, he's twice now. He almost gone wild. He almost went off the track at the last corner, which is not really you see very often. And he went off at turn 3.
Span as well.
Turn 4.
Sorry, Varane having problems.
That's at turn 4. I think that's a classic. Watch out, there's a car coming behind him. But I think from previous experiences, it's quite easy to drift wide if you turn 4, get on the grass, and then spin off on the grass. So it's quite common to see. As Ralex has just gone P5, unless he's starting a lap. I think he's starting a lap.
He was starting his lap. So
I just saw the delta go, say, half a second up as across the line. So he's half a tenth up.
Half tenth up.
So it's still
Boss
bored of him.
retires. These are the closing moments of the session, Matt. Rev is on an out lap, so he should really get out of the way. Yeah,
his teammate gets away nicely. Yeah, got plenty of time here. I think 1 minute 20 seconds. Obviously, very easy to lose a rear end through here. Throw into here. Small lift. There you go. Just have to drop down about 60% power through there. Then back in the bar again. Up into here. Obviously, brake just after another meter, but using all the curb. Doing it very nicely. Short shift into third. Getting off the curb as quickly as possible. This corner can clutch you out as you come around here. Some people might take a wider line. Some people might have to keep it a bit tight on the exit there. It's a bit of a misjudged entry there. Chicane looks a bit compromised. Oh, it definitely looks compromised now after that. And, well, struggling to cost himself a good few tenths that has. 16.1. That cost him at least 2 tenths, that did. Yeah, he lost out.
Rev Caterpillar's on the lap then, Matt. Sorry, Rev Caterpillar's on the lap. Let's see what he's going to do. Also, keep an eye. Is Kevin on softs now? Kevin's on softs as well, so watch out for him. He's going to come and start another lap. Kieran's also on the lap. Let's keep an eye on him. Kieran has not really set.
Really using all the track available. I exit turn 2, compromises turn 3 a little bit, but as long as he keeps it speed up, he's good. He's over half the.
Kieran's going to come across the line. It's going to be a 16 dead. It's P6.
Rev Caterpillar is over half a tenth up, Maddie. I think it was 67 thousandths of a second. As he's using all the track available right now, really on the line. A bit cautious, keeping it fifth.
Of a second, oh, that was committed.
Yeah, he kept it in fifth there.
Going to spin them, Matt.
Oh, yeah, he kept it in fifth, and turns the teammate, he kept it in fourth. Difference in preferences there for gears.
Here we go, 10th up.
A little bit, I'll just overshot a little bit, missed the apex slightly, but as long as it keeps the car going and he's kept it clean, it's all good in the hood. Using all the track available, he's a bit more committed through than it was than Relax was, but he's got a bit wide. Yeah, he's got a bit wider. It's really had to come out the curb there. And across the line he comes. He wasn't amazing last sector.
Is it going to be pole position? Oh, no.
What? 29 thousandths a second.
Trish is also down. Trish has invalidated his lap.
Kevin is take pole position, backed
looks
off.
Like at the moment, Kevin's on a lap. Kevin's backed off. He'll start on a set of mediums. I think that probably was his plan anyway.
Yeah, and somebody's in the barriers. It's Alfa Romeo.
So then, Matt, I think that is your qualifying for the Spanish Grand Prix. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm intrigued to see what the top 5 are going to do. Spaced out by 2 tenths. So, usually, Matt, we see Tris dominating by 4 tenths, 5 tenths. But here in Spain, obviously, it is a shorter circuit. But,
yeah, but shorter. Yeah. Think about Spain, it. If it's Belgium, it's 29,000 seconds. It'd be like 40,000 a second. It's going to be massive. Oh, I think Kevin has actually got from wind damage here. Almost went straight into the barriers.
Well, he's very lucky that it is the end of the session. Otherwise, he would have picked himself up a 5-second time penalty there for cutting across the circuit.
Yeah, it took his time anyway. It's not like he just went straight across it as fast as he could, like Vincent did. Vincent just went straight across it, MotoGP style.
Anyway, Matt, there you go. That is your qualifying for the Tier 1 Spanish Grand Prix. I do love saying that. The Spanish Grand Prix. I love it. On pole position, AMS Tris, current championship leader. I am expecting him to have a great race here in Barcelona. Second is Rev Caterpillar. Third MK. Fourth Semike. Fifth Baran. Sixth Ray Liek. Seventh Kieran. Eighth Bosse. Ninth Mac. I think he'd be hoping for a little bit more than that. 10th Ermine, 11th Spunk, 12th Kevin, 13th Fieberin, 14th Johan, 15th Vincent, 16th is Danny, and then obviously running off the back of the grid mat is SK following his quite hefty shunt. But due to how the softs go off quite quickly around this circuit, if you don't have the right setups in terms of the tyre pressures and things like that, I think this could work out okay-ish for SK. If he can avoid the chaos at turn 1 and what could happen on lap 1 and start on those mediums, or maybe even hards, he could well be in for a decent race, but we're going to have to see how he does. Safety cars could also prove a big factor in this race as well, Matt, even though this is, I would say, more open than China. There's a lot of run-off areas like China, shall I say. So I don't think we're going to be seeing many safety cars. We didn't see many safety cars last week.
It depends how
most actually.
It depends how much they want to push.
We had the most in Tier 1.
Depends how much they want to push these corners. Cause obviously, you got some auto spin curves like turn 2, but it's not really somewhere you crash though. It's more somewhere you just spin and get onto the gravel. It's not really somewhere you actually hit the barriers though. But then you got corners like turn 7 and 8, which is that corner that SK crashed. You might see a couple people might crash there if they're not careful with this heavy fuel.
I'm gonna quickly check that the stream is all working because I've just had a. Give me one moment, let me just see that it's working fine. Right then, I think we're waiting for the drivers to get going.
Yeah, everyone's making sure.
They usually take a bit longer in Tier 1. You know, they like to...
Yeah, it's a bit annoying when some people just instantly ready up and you're like, I need to make sure my setup's all good, make sure the tyre pressures or whatever. Sometimes you want to change tyre pressures or you're off diff or something like that.
Spain, the race setup for Spain is one of the most important because, as you said, Mac, there's a lot of auto spin curves with heavy fuel as well. This is something that you've also taught me as well. You know, you can't go full pout. You can't go.
You gotta find that balance, a compromise. That's what you need to find.
Yeah, into every corner. I mean, I still do it anyway, but that's not the point.
Yeah, you got corners like a turn 7 and 8, which is that chicane where SK crash. You've also got turn 11, which is after the hairpin. That also is a place where you don't want it too much on the front ends, because again, it's another place you can spin out from. That's also another place where you can. And also, don't forget turn 9 can also be quite difficult as well.
Matt, in qualifying, you mentioned about the dust. There's quite a lot of dust. I think we're going to see a lot of dust down in turn 1. Last season, Matt, this was actually the first race before we restarted. Well, this was the last race, before we restarted the Tier 1 season. So there is a lot of stuff to do with that. But I think, obviously, we're in a much better place than we were last season. There was a lot of dust. It's definitely like we're at Bahrain tonight.
Bahrain. Yeah. It's like as most circuits. You can see that actually exit turn 5. She's got a lot of dust kicked off, I think, off the back of Semi-K. I'm not sure why there's so much dust there.
I'm not sure whether that's gonna. I don't know if that's gonna.
I don't know why the game has that.
Alter anything in the race, but I think, Matt, even though this track rather doesn't really offer many overtaking opportunities, I think we could still be in for a very decent race because it's Barcelona. It's Barcelona.
If you still got that overtaking opportunity to turn 1. And sometimes if you're side by side to turn 3, you can maybe get some side by side action to turn 4 and 5.
It is also Tier 1 as well, so I am expecting these drivers to be very.
And you might find a battle down towards turn 10, which is the hairpin, and then maybe someone will try and come back into turn 1, or somebody overtake into the hairpin, and then somehow gain that time through the third sector where they have dirty air, and you can pull enough ahead, depending on how your tyres are.
Matt, while we just quickly wait for the drivers to pull up, you said about dirty air. It's a major factor around this circuit. Probably the worst track for dirty air. One of the worst tracks.
Alternating lines is going to be important here.
Looking out for that. But who's going to win the Spanish Grand Prix?
I am going to go with... No, I don't actually know. I'm sorry, but I have to go for Tris again. I just see him just breathing away right now. I just see it happening.
I go Rev Caterpillar. I'm going Rev Caterpillar.
Rev Caterpillar doesn't have a great record for actually getting that sealing those victories off.
Anyway, Matt, you need to stop doubting Rev Caterpillar. Apparently it's lap 2. Is there a glitch? No,
No, it's
we're
lap 1 for
starting.
it.
Here we go. It's 4 lights. It's 5 lights for the Tier 1 Spanish Grand Prix lights, and away they go.
Rev Caterpillar's had a bad start.
Better start from MK though as they go down a turn 1. There's no collision just yet as we've seen last season, but SMK just going to pull in for it. He's got the Haas on his outside, and the Haas goes around the outside. That's Varane up in a P4 there. That's a great start there from the Frenchman as they go side by side. We've got Varane versus SMK. SMK trying to get the move done back on the Haas driver, and the McLaren follows closer behind as Ray Lex, and they're both side by side again through the long turn 4.
Vincent's got damage.
Who?
Vincent's got damage, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, got broken left end plate. There's damage for the Williams driver.
Side-by-side action going on here. We've got Kieran versus Rayleigh as they come through the chicane. Be careful.
Same with Vibrant and SK going side by side. That's not Vibrant and Danny, sorry. Side by side through turn 9, and Vibrant has the inside line on the mediums. So
Danny's going to come back at him on the softs, but Bosse's going for the move on the inside. That's an audacious move. Nearly hits the back of the Alpine of Johan as they come through the final section. They're going to have those better tyres. But yeah, very clean first lap of this race as Mack is pushing the Alfa Romeo off a second. That's great defending there from the Alpine driver when he's up in the P7. And Kieran follows closer behind in P8. Messes up the chicane a bit. That's going to give Kevin the opportunity now. And Kevin, what a start. P9 on set of mediums. Great start from him. And Bosse's down the track. What's happened to him?
He's lost a few positions. I'm not sure what's happened to him.
Bosse's made a mistake.
Also, one thing to look out for is Ermine. He keeps having internet issues. We had this in China where we had that little clash at turn 5 in China after the hairpin. That might be something to do with lag. Needs to somehow try and fix his internet out because we can't having this. He goes into turn 3 on the first lap. Can't be having much of that.
Vincent's in the pits.
Yeah. I'm not sure where the collision happened. I just know he had damage. I think it was basically punting Vibrin. Or Danny, I can't remember who it was. Down to turn 4. So, I'll say about that. But right now, Triss has just got a 1.5 second lead as he goes wide onto the gravel. Rev Caterpillar. Don't want to be too much of that. Don't want to help your tyres.
You don't want to do that.
Semi-K's actually, he's held him actually. He didn't qualify. It's P4. He's held that position. He's kept it clean. Despite the bad start from Rev Caterpillar, he's actually managed to hold everyone off. 1.8 seconds now is the gap.
He did in China. Seb did not have a good race in China. Obviously, had that last lap collision. That was deemed a race incident with the player. A player isn't with us this evening, so.
AMS Triss is almost already into the 18s already. And it's been the end of lap 2 on heavy fuel. He's already 3 seconds off, 3.5 seconds off.
Triss is just on it 24/7, Matt. Like, honestly,
this is why I went for Triss. I didn't say he was just on it.
I mean, Rev Caterpillar just looked decent in quali. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
a person we haven't really looked at much, Varane, PUR Varane. Watch out for him because I think he's on.
Oh, it's a Ferrari round. It's Bose. He's round at turn 4. Classic spin there.
Bosse is out of the Spanish Grand Prix. MK picks up a 3-second time penalty. And Bosse.
For Spain, that's bad for MK. For Spain, it's not really tracky. You not really track his end too much. And that's bad. It's gonna. You can't afford. I know.
Track extend.
I know, but I'm trying. Yeah, I can, but it's not really track you can really afford to because it's not really track you do it very often. And that's what hurts him. He's got to be careful now because obviously he can't get more than 2 more warnings now for the rest of the race because he can't afford it. Saying that, it's just gone wide of the chicane. I think there might be another warning there if he ain't careful.
Right. Sem then is going to have the DRS on MK. MK's going to have DRS on Rev Caterpillar. Rev Caterpillar does look quite slow at this stage of the race.
Yeah, I think just Triss is just unbelievably quick.
Well, actually, I think I reckon if MK can try and free himself from the dirty air of Rev Caterpillar, same with Sam, they might be able to make a challenge. But as you say, look at the grip that MK, the loss of grip that he has in the dirty air.
Rev Caterpillar's the one that was going wide at turn 4, and he takes a very strange line through turn 2. He goes onto the outside on the AstroTurf, which can be quite slippery. And then he compromises turn 3 a lot, so I'm not sure that's really working from him. He has a snap of oversteer, exit turn 9. That could end it badly.
So it's just a train. I can't think of the words today. A DRS trainers. Skyus is battling at the back here with Ermine. Ermine is in a lot of traffic here, Matt. And he was, after Bahrain, the championship leader, and he's just not had a good time of things after that, as there's... Oh, God, that was not a good camera angle. We look very close there. SK as well, on the back now of Ermine. He's on a set of mediums. So the two title contenders from last season, Matt, are out here, and they are battling, going for some decent...
As Ermine's making a move and spunk it.
Emke's very close to the back of it, and Chris is banned! Chris is banned in that Spanish Grand Prix! Oh my God! Chris has banned, he was dominating proceedings! He was dominating proceedings here in Spain, and he's fucked it! He's fucked the race, and he's been sworn by, and he's out! Someone's out, what's happening? Ermine's out of the race!
That's a safety car, surely, yeah.
Ermine is out of the Spanish Grand Prix. What happened there? Two cars stricken across the circuit. Bosso is going to take a basis act. What's going on?
I wouldn't be surprised if that's lag by Ermine. I would not be surprised.
Oh my God, Tris, that's helped him, that has, to get himself back up. Tristan,
I think the soft runner is going to pit for hards.
Tristan P12. And that has been the saviour of all saviours for AMS Tris. I think Ermine will be absolutely fuming in that cockpit.
I think these soft runners have to pit. I don't know. I didn't see it. I just saw Tris, and then I saw Ferrari and Alfa go stricken off the circuit. And I don't know. I just saw I just saw the cars just getting blown up, and yet all the cars coming to the pits. It's a free pit stop. They have to take it onto. I'm so hard.
Kevin is going to lead. Kevin's going to lead. Do you know how I'm going to feel about that, Matt? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, he can stretch out. He can stay out. He can stay out and stay on his mediums, and then go on softs towards the end. These guys have to pit for hards here. To have that much. Oh, some semi-cans come from mediums. A bit of a mixture here. Got some mediums. Got some hards. Some mediums. Bit of mixture here, some hards, mediums. There is a big mixture. Yeah, I think the guys in mediums will be looking for a bit more of aggressive strategy, but I'm not sure.
This has been literally the saviour of all saviours for AMS Tris tonight.
I think it's going to be a China situation here, where the fresher tyre, it really makes a difference towards the end of the race. I think that's going to be a situation here. I think the hard tyre is probably the best bet. It can keep up with the mediums, and they'll last longer, so they'll drop off those mediums as well. If you can hold off on those hards, with Caterpillar, could be on for winning this race. I mean, Caterpillar is still technically net P1, so if you can hold off this P5 until the medium runners pit, if not overtake some of them, I think he might be on for race victory here. Because if he keeps the lead enough to the point where his mediums start to drop off, I think he can build up a bit of a gap as those hards stay on for a little bit longer.
Watch out for Mack as well. This has put Mack in a great position.
Yeah. MK needs to make a move here if he wants any chance. The same with Semi-K. If they want this win, they have to both get past Raf Caterpillar now, before those mediums start to go off, and then get past the other mediums.
Chris is also on a set of mediums as well, so do watch out for Chris, because Chris can be very quick.
I think that's purely going aggression, just trying to get through as quickly as possible. Then going for the long term.
Wow, who would have thought it?
I'm really questioning whether those mediums can make it. What, 26 laps, 27 laps they're gonna do? That's a very very long way on the mediums. I would be surprised if they make 20 laps, to be honest.
I mean, Matt, I'm very not confused. I'm just very bamboozled. Confused is a bad word to use. I'm bamboozled because Tris span, and then next minute we got an Alpha Tauri in the wall, and I'm thinking, what is actually going on? Like, it was crazy. So many things happen at once, and I must say, I think Tris's spin was a catalyst for that crash. But obviously there are probably other factors as well. But you can definitely get put off by a car spinning. But Matt, I am loving this. It is a Latin 1, 2, 3. Brazil, Spain, Colombia. That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, just looking at the FLS, Danny's already put instant reports out already. But then he's not happy with saying that he was on the inside and he didn't get him that Airmine didn't give him space, and Airmine's just gone straight against it. And safety car's in his lap. It's been a very short safety car.
Here we go. Yes, here we go then.
It literally just happened as soon as Vincent caught up to the back.
It's probably because it's like a 1:15, 1:16 lap in quali, so it's quite a short lap.
Yeah, well that's one of the reasons. Second of all, it's 2 laps longer because Vincent managed to catch up. Vincent had to go onto the mediums because he didn't want to be on those hards for the whole race. So.
Yeah, he boxed in it. Yeah, sorry. Right, here we go then, Kevin. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Brasil Kimanja leads the safety car line. This is very scary.
Was there contact between the Haas and McLaren? Or the Haas and I don't know. I saw.
Right, here we go then. It's go in Spain, and Rev Caterpillar's fucked it. Yeah, he's fucked it.
He's lost his half to the pit lane.
And Vincent has crashed as well. Great stuff there. Well done. Great driving. Well done. Great driving.
I did say that Caterpillar has a reputation for messing it up, and I'll prove it again. I've known him longer than you have, all the way back in times of GRT. I know he's known for times balling it.
And he hasn't been either. Oh no.
Yeah, unless he really wants to take the risk of going backwards, which is just stupid.
Okay, Kevin leads the Spanish Grand Prix. Second is Johan. Third is Skyer Spunk. I do love that game attack.
Race victory for Simicade.
MK. Has he got the move done? Has MK got the move done? Oh yeah, because MK was MK. So he has actually got the move done.
Well, MK's in the same position effectively he was before. He hasn't gone up a place apart from Rev Caterpillar spinning. He was ahead of Semi-K in the first place. So.
Right then, well Mac then. So the lead hard runner is Varane. So now Varane is in net P1. Mac is going to be battling with Varane. He's having a lot of oversteer. I don't, it's really bad. I don't actually know the difference between oversteer and understeer. But
understeer is probably turning in the car and you can't get the car in. Oversteer is just the rear end going away. Quite obvious. Oh, and talking about going away, Triss is going wide at the last corner.
Here we go. Here we go. Semi-K versus MK down in a turn 1. This is crucial for the Dutchman's championship chances because at the moment, Matt, Sem only has 1 point from 3 races.
Yeah, I thought Semi-K was going to
in Bahrain.
I thought, yeah, flags, and that's Caterpillar. I think did he just crash into the pit lane? I think he crashed into the pit lane because he's teleported back onto the circuit. It looks like. I think he's crashed in the pit lane with their front wing. Because he's literally on the racing line at the last corner. Yeah, he got teleported back on. He crashed in the pit lane there. If I want to say about 3 more times, it'd be right.
Anyway, great running so far for Kevin. This has been a very, very interesting Grand Prix so far, Matt. I must say that. It has been very interesting.
Before I was saying that, I thought Semi-K was going to make a Sergio Perez move on like Daniel did on Daniel Ricciardo, but this time as you go around the outside to turn 1, but that's quite have a grip difference. On the game, you can't quite do the same thing you can do in real life and just swing it around the outside. Don't quite have that downforce in the game, unfortunately.
SK is having a good race at the moment, Matt. He's trying to he's in that DRS at the moment of Spunk and Johan, and now DRS is now
Kevin's got a nice gap to Johan, so Johan's life a lot harder. I'll
tell you something. I think the win in China, Matt, really gave Kevin some confidence last week. You know, he had a bad season last season before he took a bit of a break from racing. And he's back and he's been really good. So I'm here for it front row. But Triss is really in traffic here, Matt. It looks to be struggling at the minute.
Welcome to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya.
Barcelona.
Oh, he's got a penalty. I did see him go wide
quite a few times. A penalty.
Yeah, he's just not able to get his rhythm. And I seen him go wide a couple of times before at the last corner, and very easy it's easy to go wide through turn 7 and 8. And he's really trying to push it.
As well.
Yeah, house doesn't help.
He's trying to get away through, but he can't. There's no
He,
way
he,
to
he can't make a
overtake.
move because if he's trying to go to the inside of Kieran, he's suddenly got a bright orange McLaren in front of him, which will suddenly come very quickly towards him, quicker than he would want to.
Right then, watch out for Spunk because Joanne's got no DRS. This is really going to help Spunk get up. That sounds.
Oh, there's a move on Mac and Varane here. On the two hard runners and Max through. Varane's careful, got Redex is following very closely behind Maldi.
Yeah, he's on a set of mediums. Needs to get this move done quick as possible.
Oh, he's trying to go on the outside, but you can watch out for now. Kieran's going to be looking up the inside of it. Triss is definitely going to be looking to make advantage of this.
And Riley is on the inside. He's on the inside.
Super cheeky by Varane to try and force the hat wide that was. Oh, one's going to back out. Oh, Redex backed out there. Yeah, Rex had to cut the corner there. Yeah, it was just a bit of a cringe there as Rex off the track, and now Kieran sniffing his arse. Oh, he outbreaks himself, Redex. Bit of budgie. Oh, and Kieran just took him out. Kieran just spun him off by pushing him. That's what anyway. Just scraped his rear, and the rear on Redex's car just went.
I'm not sure what happened there, to be honest, Matt. I've seen it from the.
I've got confused with that. I was on board.
But anyway, sorry, SK's in the slipstream with Sparker, Spunk, and Spunk's in the slipstream with Joanne, and Vincent's retired from the Spanish Grand Prix. And Skies is up the inside, gone deep. He's got the Alpine round the outside.
SK's looking interesting as well.
Round the outside.
This is the switch track move I was talking about, taking the alternate line. Avoiding that, that over 30 and up the inside. Oh, he's got to back out. Yeah, and this is going to go up the inside and exit turn 4.
Joanne's on the curb there. This is really helping Kevin's Grand Prix here in Spain. And SK needs to make this move.
Triss has gone up a place. He's side by side with Varane. And he's got the move done.
Up in a P9, but Triss is not making the progress that he needs so desperately here in Spain.
Well, this race isn't going to be as boring now.
I'll tell you something, Matt. We're actually in for a great race here in Spain because Joanne and Sky are spunk. They are good, but they're not set Peter and free pace.
Yeah. Yeah, they're keeping up. Obviously are on warm
tires. SK and MK and all these, they are top of tier 1 pace.
Yeah, I think
and
Kevin
Mac is in prime position now. Here we go.
Yeah, Buzzer picks a penalty.
Here we go then, SK and MK. Oh, that was aggressive from MK. Going to come down the straight now. Here we go, side by side.
So about he's using the high wings.
Side by side for SK and the Aston Martin as they go down to turn 1. Side by side, SK's got the move done. And Semi-K needs to yield and keep in P7 is Mac. God, commentary mistake. Well then.
Yeah, MK keeps that P5.
Yeah, that was a very good tongue twister there. MK's up in a P3.
Oh, Sky Spunk brakes on the grass in the entry to turn 5. I don't know what he did there. Can't use all the track available. I think we're quite back out. Oh, that might be a round. It might be a warning for Sky Spunk. The exit turn 7 there. Actually, doesn't do too many of them. Stuck in this DRS train now. They are.
I'll tell you something. Mac is going to be licking his lips.
Yeah, the thing is, no one can make a move. No one can pull away, and there's Mac. The longer this race goes
Look
on,
at Kevin. Kevin's going to be loving this, Matt. Kevin's going to be loving this.
Yeah, but don't forget, he needs someone he needs to get to pit. So.
Yeah, but you know it's good.
I mean, he's going to be on fresh softs, but he's still somehow find another 70 seconds. SK got a penalty.
Picked up a penalty.
Yeah,
there you go. He's going to be in the slipstream though.
But yeah, I feel like last corner is quite bad.
Oh, look at the closing speed from
Sky
Spunk. Spunk's up the inside of the first corner. Side by side, Spain versus Colombia. And he can't get that move done. There you go.
Mac is sniffing Semi-K's back rear end. Oh, I'd be anxiety would be kicking in if I saw that.
Yeah. Mac is also going to be thinking about what happened in China. Doesn't want to make any mistakes, but no, that's not going to phase him. He's going to go up the inside of the Red Bull. Side by side, forces Seb off the circuit, and Mac is through in a P6. This is what I'm talking about from the Alpine driver.
Those
P6
hards
now
are
next to
working
Senki.
nicely. Hards seem to really working. I think they're just a little bit more robust, and I think they could just take those high-speed corners a little bit nicer. They don't overheat. Oh, it's TRT Kieran's really pushing the back of Semikate. I'm sure you can get any front wing damage. You can't break the train. You have, but the thing is, you don't want to break early either.
Train, it's second to 11th. Well, third to 11th now, but.
Yeah.
And Johan's made a big mistake
SK's
out
in
the
the pits.
final corners.
SK's
Johan
going
made a
to
big mistake.
stop.
That's going to give Skyers the opportunity now. Spunk's in the slipstream, Matt. As they come down a turn one, it's going to be an easy move for the Colombian.
That Semikate thingy in the pits definitely helps Sky Spunk there get P2. But has to commit down to P3 for now. MK's going to be sniffing. Oh, he's already. Oh, and Max going to get advantage of this. For sure.
Here we go.
MK's got the wider lines. Johan's just got on a very unnecessary penalty, go wide at the exit turn 3.
I think these are going to be boxing soon, Matt. I think these are going to be boxing soon. I think Johan's tyres are gone. He's really struggling.
This means the thing is we're coming towards halfway through the race now, so his mediums are really going to start going off. But I think SK's gone for the hards. He's going to take the undercut instead of stretching it out to the softs. So SK's made his move and what he's doing. The thing is now he's got to find all that time now instead of hards.
Max going to go on the inside. Max going to go for the move. Locks up the inside wheel, pushes Johan off the second. He's up in a P4. I'll tell you something. Mac is getting those positions. This is incredible racing from the PSR driver, Paradox Esports, I think it is. He's off in a P4. There you go.
And MK's made a mistake at the last corner, and that's going to make MK very vulnerable.
Here we go. Very from Mac is going to get.
They're both low on the RS.
Pick up another position.
Oh, he's outbraking it. He's got the outside line, which can break deeper. MK's just all about. Oh, he's got the he's. Oh!
And Spunk's made a mistake.
And now he's going to make a back on Johan.
Sorry, Triss is round the outside as well. So much.
Get flags, and McLaren, it's Phoenix. He's out. He's crashed at the exit. That's the corner, the third corner, and the safety car. He's blown up at the exit of the middle of turn 3. Must have been some sort of collisions. There's a lot of action going on, and I think there's a lot of reactions. People having to react to each other, and it's obviously created a bit of a chain reaction. At some point, somebody's swerved into somebody else, and it's causing a safety car. And I think it's my favourite. I think SK's kind of shot himself in the foot here by pitting a lap too early. It's really shot himself in the foot there.
Before the collision happened, or whatever happened with Ray Lex, I think we'll get some investigations or whatever. I
think these guys have to pay on to the hards.
Actually made a great move around the outside of Kieran in turn 3. It was a great move from him.
I think Kevin's gonna have to pit for hards. I think they don't have much of a choice. The Sauce, I don't think they're gonna do 17 laps.
Right, Kevin's in.
Yeah, the Sauce not gonna do 16 laps. He is going to the softs. It is a set of softs for the Kevin. He's going to be stretching those tyres quite a long way. So what are these guys going to go on to? Set medium to Mac, obviously. He wants to get rid of those hards. He can afford to do that. A set of hards.
Double stacking. Johan's on a set of softs. So these drivers are going for
Johan's on a set of softs. So mixture of hards and softs.
Yeah.
Obviously these hard runners have gone to the mediums now. This goes in really. This actually goes nicely for these hard runners, but Johan and Kevin opting for the soft tyres. They'll be mega quick, but they need to hold on.
Trace has stayed out on a set of mediums.
I'm not sure. I mean, it might be possible, but he's pushing those tyres. I mean, he's still got to do another 16 laps, 26 laps on set of mediums with 2 safety cars.
Let me see if there's been any messages sent through to...
Yeah, Kevin, he needs to get his move done on Triss and then build a gap. Because the more gap he can get on those softs, the more chance he's going to able to hold off towards the end when those softs do decide to die out. Because after about 10 laps, those softs will be gone. Gone. Like, they'll be really struggling. Same with Johan, he needs to take advantage of this.
Yeah, I don't know why Kevin, my KTFE Kevin, has gone on to a set of softs. So I don't know what's going on. I really don't want to be biased, Matt. Right? I really don't want to be biased, so you know.
I think he just wants that. I think he just wants that grip, and then just hold off towards the end. He knows if he can build that gap, and then save his tyres.
Sorry.
I know if he can get that gap, overtake Tris, and then build that gap up. By in the race, hopefully, he still has enough tyres to keep that gap, or use that gap so we just drop off.
Sorry, Matt. Sorry, we've got someone.
SK's in the pits.
We have someone in the Twitch chat called DJ Sky N. Welcome to the Spanish Grand Prix. Saying, what is Kevin doing? You know what? That is the same question that I have on my lips, because you know, lane dads don't make these sort of decisions. They make calculated, educated decisions. Lane dads don't go on sauce with 10,
16 laps to go,
13 laps to, well, whatever it is. I don't know. I can't count.
You pit lap 16.
Okay, I can't count. So it's either he's going for a very aggressive two-stopper, or he's just an absolute twat.
Thing is, he pitted at the end of lap 17. So I think that's 16 laps. 17 laps, because you're going to include lap 33.
I don't know.
17 laps on a set of softs. 2 laps under the safety car.
Oh, Kieran! Sorry, Kieran's off the circuit.
How did he spin under the safety car?
I don't know. Mac on a set of mediums. I think this could be Mac's opportunity.
SK pitted for set of mediums just earlier, and he's given the free position from TTO.
I'm actually going to change my prediction, Matt. I'm going to say Mac's going to win this race. Obviously, Rev Caterpillar's out, so that's not fair.
If Mac can keep up with Kevin, he'll be superior towards the end of the race. I think Kevin, the softs are not. It's not like other tracks where the softs are like a second lap faster. The gap between the softs and the mediums is very similar to the hards to the mediums. So, he's obviously used the 3 hardest compounds on the circuit. And Tris has to somehow hold this lead off and have a 3-second gap to win this race. So I think the race is pretty much against Tris, unless there's another safety car nearly on.
Here we go then.
Mac is looking very close here. Mac is side by side with Kevin here. And he's gone. Kevin's gone.
And it's go, go, go. It's go in Spain. They need to be careful down into turn 1.
Sky is spunky side by side with the Alfa Romeo.
Max in the slipstream of Kevin.
Oh, this guy's being pushed off. His hard's not working very well in this latest stint on the lighter fuel.
Both Red Bulls going side by side. This could end in tears.
His hard tyres are not working, Meldy.
Oh God, no! Sorry, Matt. Sem's dropped all the way down to P9.
Johan's up to P5.
There's action going on.
Does Johan just gain 4 places off the start? I think he has. Oh, this guy's spunky round.
No, Spunk's gone. Spunk's off the circuit. Bieber in as well.
Bieber in, yeah. Must be some sort of collision. There's no front wing on either of the cars.
Oh, and he's got, yeah, there you go.
Timmy K's dropping as well. Some Timmy K's dropping that slide.
It's 3-1 into the final sector. And SM's going to have to take evasive action. And he's rounding out.
What is going on with Timmy K tonight? Doesn't look like he's got any damage. Those hards really that. Those hards really that bad.
I think he's got damage, Matt. I think he's got damage. I don't know.
We'll see what he's like. No, it doesn't look like it. I think it's hard.
Well, Kevin's took the lead, and Mac's now going to get the move done on Tris as they come down to turn 1. Here we go. Now Mac is up in a P2. Look at that.
Yeah, those mediums are already
same pace.
Those mediums are already way into their life already, and he's not even halfway through their stints yet. So, his tyres are already coming towards their life, halfway through their life at least. And that's under the 2 safety cars as well. So I think Tris will be going to that 25, and those tyres will be going off like mad.
You know what? I'm going to say it. I think Spain has delivered. I honestly think Spain has delivered tonight. I think it's delivered, Matt. I honestly think it has delivered. I'm here for it.
It's definitely a good choice getting rid of Russia for Spain.
Inject it. Inject it. I'm here for it. And you know me, when I say inject it, you know it's a banging race.
Yeah, I think it's definitely brought your morale up before the race.
Yeah, I was not really feeling this race, was I, Matt? But I'm definitely feeling it now because SK's down in P9. He's going to be right
very nice last sector.
now.
Max done a very nice last sector. He's actually gained a couple of tenths despite being on the harder compound. The fast safety car.
Sorry, Mac.
Yeah, Mac is faster than Kevin for that last sector, and he's gained a lot of time here. So if Mac can keep this gap, I mean, he's got a penalty, but if Mac can keep this for the next 7 or 8 laps, when those softs die out, Mac will be, it will just breeze past because those softs will drop off.
I think the softs have already dropped off, to be fair, because Mac has got some insane.
It should be fine to about 8 laps old. And then when after that point, it should be going off at that point. The softs are not terrible, but they're not great. It's not like the softs of China, where they just deteriorate after 5 laps. Just the tyres of China literally last 5 laps.
China. Well, let's not talk about China.
China.
We won't have it on the next game, I don't think, unless they do another breaking point, but I don't think anyone wants that, so...
Oh, there's a
yellow flag, it's a red ball, it's Bieber in.
Well, he's nowhere near, he's got left wing, so... Well.
Unfortunately, he's leaving us. Tonight, he has other commitments on a Monday. So this is his final race, and that's not a good way to...
Yeah, and Max in DRS. Kevin, those softs are not working out.
Kevin, what are you doing? Yeah. I don't want to say the word that I'm thinking because it's a very rude.
To be honest, word. I think those medium runners, I think they'll be screwed either way. Because you've gone the hards, you've seen what's happened to Sky Spunk and Semi-K. They've just dropped off the cliff. They're absolutely nowhere near. And then, I mean, yeah, Kevin and Johan both had brilliant starts, no softs.
Oh, Max did it at the back of Kevin. Oh, my God. You know, it's actually really scary because I actually put myself in the shoes of these drivers and I shit myself when they nearly hit the back. I shit myself.
I mean, I do it myself all the time as well. I get anxiety for other people, I do.
I love these spectate cams sometimes. It's like they're closer to the driver than they actually are. Like, they look closer, if you know what I mean. So I just shit myself.
I was waiting for everyone to crash into the pit lane then.
Yeah, let's not do that.
If Kevin gets a penalty, it would definitely make this race a lot more tasty, I think.
Oh, Fieberin is actually reset into the pits. He's actually going to get lapped. So, yeah, he's retired. Okay then, here we go. Kevin's going defensive, but Kevin, you have destroyed your strategy. You've destroyed your strategy. I don't know what you've been doing. I don't even know. I would say the Portuguese word that I've got in mind, but we may get the live band. Very bad word. Oh, Matt, oh God.
Oh, are you going to make the move into 10-4? Sorry, Max I saw for a split second and you used some ERS. And I thought he was going for the move then.
He's going to go for the move at the inside. He tried it before.
Kevin's struggling a lot. You think he'd be a lot more comfortable on those softs, but it just doesn't seem very comfortable on those softs.
Yeah, obviously the softs are not a good race tyre.
I mean, I wonder if he's having the same feeling, the problems I have normally. Like, you're fine on the tyres that you've been on, but as soon as you change tyres, it takes you a few laps just to get used to them. As Triss gets breezed past by Emke.
I think Triss is going to probably go on a set of softs, but is that even going to help him later on in the race?
If he's going on a set of softs, it's going to be within the next couple of laps. Because he's just losing time. But the thing is, you want to pit too early, otherwise the softs won't make it to the end. Because knowing Triss's pace...
Looking at the tyres, looking at these tyres, I don't think he's going to be able to take them to the end of the race.
If I was Triss, I would just go, screw it, get onto a set of softs, see what we can do.
Here we go, Matt. Sorry to cut you off. Matt's going for the move for the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix at Barcelona, Catalonia. And he's got that move done. There you go, up in a P1. PSR Mac.
I wonder if Kevin's overheating his tyres.
Injective. I'm here for it. I mean, I'm not. Kevin's down to P2 now.
I can't tell by the because my rev bar is in the way. I think that front left is on 3 digits, which basically means it's over 100 degrees, which means they're probably struggling a little bit with heat. What
do you mean?
I'm trying to look at the steering wheel, I'm trying to see what tyre temperature is on. It looks like they're 3 digits. If they are, that means what? It's above 100 degrees. 100 degrees is really what I want to be. But if you're higher than that, 103, 104, that's over 80 nose. Oh, Kevin's struggling. He really is struggling.
Let's try and look at the steering wheel, shall we?
I can't really see it. I use the default off cam, and you probably do too, so you probably got the same thing I've got. Just trying to see what temperatures you got.
Yeah, I think I've seen 103 before Mac passed out for the race. Is this the opportunity for Mac to get his first win of the season? I think it is, Matt.
Kieran making a move on Johan. I think that's also showing that Johan's struggling now on those softs. Those tyres after 7 laps, already struggling.
SK! There you go.
Yeah, these mediums are definitely look like the best race tyre to be on. The hard's actually not too bad of a tyre, but just late in the stint, it just don't seem to work. I think those hard tyres are better on heavy fuel. Those don't seem to work on light fuel. Maybe some K will come in towards the last 2 laps or something. Saying that, these mediums will easily make it to the end. Tris doesn't look like he's going to pit.
What Tris is going to do. I'm really intrigued to see what Chris is going to do.
It's too late now. I'll say it's too late for Tris now to pit. He's took too long. If he pits now, he's got to somehow find 20 seconds in about 7 laps. I mean, even if it is Tris on a set of softs, I mean, he's going to somehow keep that pace up for all 7 laps, which is just not going to be possible. We're just seeing what's happened to Kevin and to Johan. Dropped off the cliff.
Well,
the soft's going to do, I think, about 10 laps.
Rest that these drivers are using, crazy.
I think I know what strategy to do tomorrow.
They're using as much energy as I use going to the shop. Matt, that was supposed to be funny. You were supposed to laugh at that.
I don't really find things very funny sometimes. I don't really get jokes.
You're just boring. You're just boring, man.
No, I'm not boring. I just don't get things. So
no, you are boring. No, I'm not having it now.
It's not because I just don't find it funny. I just don't get the context. I just don't get a lot of things, to be honest. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Matt.
So Mickey's actually closing on Johan here. Even the hards are faster than the softs now.
Well, to be fair, Kevin is keeping that gap.
Yeah, it's just sitting in DRS right now. I mean, it's nothing special, but that's what Kevin needs to do. He's not got a 3-second time penalty, so as long as Kevin stays in the back of that Alpine, he's all nippy.
Oh, here we go. Is he going to go for the move? Kevin's going to take the lead back off Matt. Interesting stuff. And we said, Matt, that those softs are going to be going off. Wow.
Well, he hasn't got the pace to stay ahead, but he's got enough pace to stay behind him and make the move. So
I think it's lucky that it's the Spanish Grand Prix. If this was like Monza or Belgium or...
I think Monza wouldn't be too bad because it's mostly straights, isn't it?
Oh, Max getting aggressive. Oh, God.
Definitely some wheel banging there.
I weren't even on board and I still shat myself. Maybe shouldn't really use that sort of language up on the live stream. Yeah, no filter here at STB, Matt. We do it all no filter. And Kevin then leads. He'll lead going into lap 28 of the race.
Oh, Mac had a bit of
a going off now.
Bit of a slide.
Johan has spanned.
I think it's that. Yeah, that's what I said about 10-11. To say you can see it there. And he shopped it.
Okay, yeah, it's the train from P1 to P7.
Mac is closing. He's up the east side, Maldy. Oh, there's contact. And Kevin's punched off. Kevin's got a penalty, but Mac has just barged his way through. Not whether Kevin turned on him or Mac just barged him off. I don't know which one it is. I have to look at both their onboards to see that.
I think they just
Men in the
there were
middle.
two very just hungry drivers, and they just went.
Now M key sniffing. There's,
You
yeah.
had to make the sound as well.
Even I can smell it. Matt's gone wide there. Can't be doing much more of that.
Oh, you love saying that,
Mac and Matt.
Mac. I actually had a very nice chicken Big Mac earlier, to be fair. Just a little, you know, McDonald's advertisement, guys. Do try it. It's actually very nice. See, we do everything, Matt. Last season, we did a James Bond movie advert, and now we're doing a McDonald's advert. See?
Welcome to STB.
These companies should literally just, you know, they just recruit me to be their advertising staff, because honestly, it's banging. Anyway, Kevin's in the slipstream, here we go.
He's got no rest left at all, he's used all of it up. That's 165 horsepower he just lost at the end of that straight. But Kevin was using his overtake through the last corner, which was really, really risky. That's the maneuver last time.
Very low ERS. Kevin's going to go defensive into turn 4.
So much MK, yellow flags, that's Ferrari, it's Bose not enjoying it right now. Not enjoying these curves.
Do you know what?
Oh, he's on the inside!
You know, Mac's on the inside. Mac, very aggressive driving there from the Alpine. That was a there.
Not MS Tress is still within this, but he has got his penalty. Oh, and there's collision, there's Kevin!
Varane and Kieran! Oh, Varane's up the inside. Oh, what a move!
And Kevin! What's Kevin chopping off? Kevin's chopping off. Why has Kevin just dropped 4 positions? Has he got damage? Why's Kevin going so slowly? I think he's got damage.
He's got end plate damage.
Must have. You can't see it, but it must be that lime green damage that costs you 2 seconds a lap. Yeah, in the pits he goes. And that's his race over. And that's 20 people crash in front of him. It's so annoying this game how you can get lime green damage and it ruins the whole race. You can get that there for 2020. You could keep on racing with yellow front wing. I remember Surrey in Vietnam had an end plate damage. He just carried on going and he just still got a podium from it.
Yeah, that was quite aggressive from Mac there, I must say.
I didn't see what happened there. I was too busy looking at Varane and Kieran, to be honest.
Yeah, I think, Mac just literally dive bombed, or didn't dive bomb, but just forced his way through, and it was very
he has done that a couple of times. He's been very aggressive. He's been passively aggressive, where he's been aggressive but not like shoving me out of the way. But this last couple of 8 laps, he has been aggressively aggressive.
I mean, all drivers are going to be aggressive in the last few stages. You know, they want the victory, they want to win, they want the points, they want the position.
Yeah, and Sky Spunk and Semi K not really being anywhere on it hard. Kevin has to forfeit to the fastest lap.
Yeah, realistically though, Matt, would have Kevin really stayed in this battle with those tyres? They were going off quite quickly.
I mean, with 3 laps to go, I don't think he get a puncture. I'd say he probably would still win the chance.
Sorry, Matt's going to lose another position, and MK will take the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. There you go.
No, he's been that dirty air. He hasn't had that in a while. I don't know why he's using his ERS down for the exit through turn 3. Not really a place you want to be using it, to be honest.
Triss has got a lot of ERS. Watch out for SK as well. SK's going to get involved as well in these later stages of the battle.
Johan's, well, backwards. Trish is doing well, despite his tyres being 11 laps older than everyone else around him.
He's saving his ERS quite well as well. He's got 44%.
Yeah, it's just these people, they're kind of just using it because they want to, but you've got to pick your battles. And that's what Trish is doing. And his ERS shows that. And Johan's just trundling. Yeah, he's giving up. About the points. MK has a bit of a drift into through the chicane there.
Is Matt going to get on him? Yes, he is. Here we go.
MK's not using his overtaker now, he is. Triss is coming in. Triss is coming in. Look at Triss! Around the outside. On 11 up older tyres.
MK's going to come round the inside though of turn 3. Triss going to try and hold it around the outside as they come through turn 3.
Mack must be loving this.
MK up the inside of turn 4.
I don't think Triss has the tyres to do that.
Around the outside.
Mack is loving this right now. MK's going to be so annoyed by that because he's just concentrating all the time.
For a podium. Varane is on for his first podium map.
Screw that. He's on for his first victory, Marley.
Oh my god, he actually is. Oh my god. Right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realise that. It's crazy. Varane literally said, Matt, that he's been P8 in all races, and now if he literally needs to do one more lap, and he gets 25.
Oh, Jesus, TRT Kieran. I'll say TRT, more like WRW SRL, whatever he is now.
Yes, that's right.
He was robbed the inside of SK into turn 11. Now, it's going to be the last lap of the race. Triss is too far behind. Triss is going to use all his overtake, all his DRS. He's going to use all of those overtake to gain all that time back up. He's a bit too far behind. Move, but it looks like he's still got 10 seconds. He's doing really well on it. Look at that, his tyres are 11 laps older. Those tyres have done almost the whole race. But then again, you can see that now he's struggling to keep up with Mack. With that section there, he's gained some time.
What? I'm deep in it. Varane just needs to keep this car on the circuit. Come on, Varane.
Trish has got another penalty, and that's him out of the podium positions now, surely.
That's crucial. That is actually crucial.
Yeah, especially for this championship fight. He's going to drop out for the podium for sure after that now.
He's actually still very close at the top of that battle.
Yeah, penalty's going to be the crucial point. Triss is going to be too far behind to make a move here, Marty.
But I'll tell you, someone who's on it, it's Varane. I'm here for this, front row.
Just don't poo your pants, Varane, for your last sector. Is that the most comfortable last sector to do?
Don't do a me and bottle it. Don't do a me and bottle it, Varane. Come on. You're a Manchester United player. Come on.
Oh, there's contact. SK and Kieran are literally scraping each other. It looks like Matt's going to cross the line first.
Matt's going to cross the line. But
Varane's
going to win. Varane's going to win. And
Triss drops to P7.
Gets a podium. Seventh on the podium, Matt.
Oh, when did that happen? Semi-K out of nowhere, no penalties.
He had no penalties. That's a great race for him, keeping it very clean.
He just wished.
How close.
Just was a little bit quicker. He's only one tip that a little bit. He would.
I think he'd be happy with P3 considering
for where he was. I mean, I don't think he'd be happy with the race as a whole. And what P8 at the end, I think he'd be happy with. It'd be one of those races where just at least got. So,
you know what, man? I have no words. I am.
This is what I mean. Confused. In these sort of races,
I'm confused. You did say, Matt. You did say about penalties. It would.
Yeah, especially in his DRS trains. When his DRS train, when he's 7 or 8 cars within about 3 or 4 seconds, one penalty could cost you 5 or 6 places. We just saw that from Triss. He got to line P2. Where did he finish? P7, because he had 2 penalties. Even MK gained from it, only having 1 penalty in the end.
I've just looked down at the stream and it was a bit laggy going into the podium. But anyway,
Kevin picks the fast lap up in the end.
I hope the connection, guys, wasn't bad as the thing progressed. But is your race winner? He'll be very happy with his MK. Third is 74. SK, finally a good race from him. Fifth is Max. 6th Kieran. 7th Triss. 8th Sky Spunk. 9th Kevin. 10th Bosse. 11th Johan. And your non-finishers were Fiberin, Rayleigh X, Vincent, Rev Caterpillar, Ermine, and Danny. That is your Spanish Grand Prix. What a race that was, and what a podium it was for Semi-K. Semi-K, include your audio, take us through that race, and how you didn't get any was the deciding factor tonight.
Yeah, I'm delighted with the podium. Let's say yes first, but yeah, just get it clean. No really pushing the limits that much. only the last few laps to get in that 3 second window. It's got MK as well on the last lap, but they had a great great race. Could be better. I lost the DRS train, so that was a bit unfortunate. So, but yeah, it was a good race and finally some good points.
Yes, well done. MK.
Yeah.
You know, includes your audio. Your race in the battle with what you've seen with Mac. That was very good to see. P2 tonight. Yeah, just take us through.
It was very, very interesting. Yeah, the start, it was very good, but I couldn't really overtake. Yeah, I don't know who was in P2.